Welcome to Detroit and Ford Field as we anticipate a terrific matchup in this one. Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Rebels about to kick it away and get this season started. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll go to the ground. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Right on the money. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
And the Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's in open space downfield. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
The Sooners look to keep this drive humming. Gets it to him on the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. Lots of running room. Touchdown Sooners. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver. You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll run this play from the pistol. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The running back has it. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
And the Rebels line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you...
Oh, he's got some space. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Penn State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Running back searching for a hole. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Throws to the tight end. Working the big fella to the corner.
Well, there's an example of how this tight end can be a big weapon in the passing game. That time on the corner route. Does a nice job separating from the defender and hauling in the catch.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
Might be looking to run. Zings it complete to the right. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of quarter. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Here's the handoff. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels! Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. They try to get it outside on the left. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that pass there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
Continues to fight for yards. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Rebels come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give from the gun. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Hard running there.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Finds a tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle. And the Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. Making side adjustments here. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Complete downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
The Rebels have this offense rolling. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the ground with the back. There he goes. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks it down. He's now up to 64 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. And the Sooners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
The Sooners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Ferguson. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Catch in the middle, it's that one. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground, get the first down.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensive.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Sooners with the 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes with 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. He splits the upright, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you got to stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he lines up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Going right to work up top. Quickly out to the tight end. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking downfield on 1st down. He'll take another shot here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Going to swing it on second down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime, you riled yourselves up, and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quarterback making checks. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Can you believe this? The offense is going for it on 4th down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and short kick. And they'll get the punt out of there, and it'll be marked down just outside the opponent's 45. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They'll send the back in motion. A run for the quarterback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going frontal. He's got it inside the 15. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Man, I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tight.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown Sooner.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Miami was able to finish off a close one in South Florida today. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Breaks into the open. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Rebels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got him downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, the offense is humming now, and you're seeing they can generate explosive plays in a variety of ways. They had the big run on the previous play. That time they're able to take a shot. Everything they're dialing up right now is working beautifully.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to run it in. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. He is going of scrimmage. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Marches ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well tonight, give back that last score. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. From the gun, give on the inside. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Keeps looking downfield. Caught in the backfield, it's Stephen. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Hey, even those balls that are thrown near the line of scrimmage, they're going to the running backs and to the tight ends. Those small passes can go for big gains. Great job getting the mitts up in the air and deflecting that football.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. he's going to have to throw for it. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Things have not gone the way they planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Looking for a deep man. He's got it on the outside. Touchdown, Rebels! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle. And if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Safe completion on the screen. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and keep picking up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. Defense in press coverage. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's not afraid to go deep. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
The give to the tailback. Shakes off the defender. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team. When you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles, it's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Might be calling a hot route. To the air on first down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Punts it out of the air. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, Mountain West teams colliding in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. San Diego State showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the Mountain West, and that certainly held true again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to... He's taking the shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown! Oklahoma! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And that is phenomenal quarterback. Understanding right away, dude, you're going to bring pressure. I'm getting the ball to my playmaker right now. Let him do the rest. Let him glide into the end zone. Make me look really good. Good timing. Good decision by the quarterback. Getting it out quick.
And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the fourth quarter. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Offense changing the play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Preston.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Complete in the middle. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Gonna look downfield again. Finds a tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
The Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And that's luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays and you got to have scripts because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get 1st downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He's got it. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. On the move. Touchdown, Rebels! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
This is an impressive run by this squad, man. Getting down big and everything looking bleak, but to be able to believe in themselves, to play one play at a time, dig their way back. Palmer, they've come all the way back against a good team, and now they got the lead.
It's really been impressive, David. I think that was the question coming into this game. People wanted to know, are they for real, or are they just a bunch of front runners? They got down early, but they never quit. Their playmakers have stepped up. They've done what is necessary, and they've executed at a high level. And all of a sudden, down multiple touchdowns, here they are making a statement with the lead.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up with protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up the safety.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Chains keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Corners are going to bail. They go to the ground. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Not all close games are created equal, but this one